The other person I was going to bring up as well was Dan James, having started against Leeds with United beating them 5-1. He's got some right stick again for his performance, some proper stick, man.
That's the thing that I don't really know what United fans expect of him, because I don't think he's a player that suits Man United style play, and that's not his fault. That's not the club's fault. I just don't think it's a good fit for him. So what do they know exactly what they're going to get. He gets his head down. He tries to run past people. The United don't play like that. They don't play on the counter where he's got the space in behind to attack the back line and that. So, that's the weird thing though. He had a really good start to his career there, didn't he? He got like 2 goals in 4 games and a couple of assists and that, and he sort of died off a bit. But I think they just expected too much too soon, and it's been a bit of a detriment to him more than anything.
Definitely. I mean,
I could see him being a great fit at Burnley.
Oh.
I don't know why, but Burnley pops into my head as a team he could do well in.
Burnley?
Maybe because he wants them. They're quite a physical team, so having that pace on wing, cross them in. That's what I would.
Too short to play hoofball too, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd be having a look at that one.
What I've heard from United fans is they get very annoyed with his defensive input. He's not good enough at getting back for them. He gets shoved off the ball quite easily.
Have they seen Paul Pogba?
Yeah, well, there you go. But I watched.
We can't really comment on him when he just assisted 4 goals.
Yeah, he had a good game against a team that finished like 8th in the Championship 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you can have what benefit is having 5 or 6 good games a season when you're meant to be a world-class box-to-box midfielder? Does that really justify the price tag and hype?
I watched the United Leeds game, and he didn't have the best game, to be honest, but at the end of the day, they won 5-1. So it couldn't have been that bad, could he? But
you're splitting hairs at that point, aren't you?
Exactly. I mean, there's a few things, a few scuffs when he should be putting his foot through it, a few times getting muscled off the ball or whatever. But at the end of the day, you can't fault his work rate. But I think I agree with you wholeheartedly, Martin. I don't think he's a good fit for United. I think he would benefit so much from being at a club where there's a lot less pressure, because we've talked about this before in previous podcasts, that he's a confidence player. You see the way he plays for Wales because he knows he's loved and appreciated and everything. And he's got everybody behind him. I think if he was to go to a team like I don't know, Southampton, maybe a better fit than Burnley perhaps, or like maybe even Newcastle or something like that, linking up with Saint Maximan and everything, the other wing, I think you could see big things for him. But it's a shame to see him getting so much stick.
It really is. It's a shame to see any young player. I don't know if we should still really call him a young player because he's like 23, 24, but
it's his 3rd season with United.
At the end of at the end of the day, he played less than 100 games in his club career before joining United. He'd been used as a winger and as a false 9 at Swansea. There was the whole thing with him going to Leeds, and then that didn't happen. He lost his dad fairly recently as well. He was a massive part in his life as a footballer, wasn't he? So. Did he lose his dad, or have I just made that up?
No, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he was getting stick up, but that's the thing nowadays. Footballers are easy targets for sad little men who've achieved nothing with their lives and just want to have a go at someone who's clearly a much better person than they are and probably does a lot more good things than they do. Because, footballers nowadays are basically ambassadors to charity, sort of links between the club and the community, the amount of work they put in sort of outside of training and that to build those community relations. You can't really give them grief for having a bad performance on a Saturday, can you?
That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it just gets to the point where it's ridiculous now, doesn't it?